So let's talk about let's talk about movies in the last half hour here. All right, moving on to, I went going through Netflix. All right, and I went looking for, because of course I watched the Sharknado series, and I watched Cowboys versus Aliens. All right, Netflix then thought that I needed to watch this show called Ferocious Planet. Mike, have you ever seen this pop up in your feed?
No.
Now, I will say it is a B-grade sci-fi flick. It's from 2011. According to IMDb, it's 4.1 out of 10. It's 8% Rotten Tomatoes score, if that gives you an idea of how bad the movie is. All right? So, concept of the movie: a groundbreaking device is designed to glimpse alternate universes, but when the machine malfunctions and transports a group of observers into a nightmarish dimension of alien terrors, the travelers must use ingenuity to survive. All right? Now, this was originally a sci-fi movie. Like I said, you can watch this for free on Netflix. You can rent it for $4 on Amazon Video if you really want. Now, what got me to watch this show was Joe Flanigan is one of the lead actors in the show. Now, for those that don't know who Joe Flanigan is by name, he played Colonel Sam Shepard in Stargate Atlantis.
Okay.
Also, John Rhys Davies is in this movie, and for those who don't know, he played Professor Arturo in the TV show Sliders.
Okay, wait a minute. Is that who I think it is? Hold on. He was also in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yes, he was.
As, what's his name?
Wasn't he one of the
He was
dwarfs?
It was Gimli.
Yes. Now, so just those two alone got me to say, yes, I will watch this movie. So.
That's just proof that great actors will make bad movies.
Now, I will say that those two kind of carried the movie. They were the best actors in the whole movie. Everybody else was horrible. But those two did the best.
Okay.
All right. Now, so what I thought was interesting was, all right, here's Joe Flanigan, a guy who's best known for going through wormholes to other planets, in a horrible sci-fi movie where he's transported via a wormhole to another dimension. If he hasn't been typecast, I don't know what's happened. All right. And he's a colonel in this one too.
So
they just changed his last name. He's still Colonel Sam. In this one, he's Sign, not Shepard.
It sounds like they did that intentionally to try and get some Stargate folks to latch on.
Very could be, because his character is almost identical, which I think is why he's so good in this.
Okay.
You know. But anyway, it is a bad movie. All right. It has some good times in it, but it is a bad movie. If you want a bad sci-fi movie, watch this movie. All right. Here's some of the things that I want to point out about this movie. And this is a running theme that I think I'll find through all the movies that I look through. All right. They've been transported into another dimension. Now, the original team was this Colonel Sam and a couple other guys that were on light security duty. So they have a couple of like AR-15s and a couple and pistols each. All right. Now, they are using these things like they're going out of style once they're transported to this new planet. And I don't know how many rounds exactly their pistols hold, but it seems like 1 billion because they never seem to run out of ammo. All right, this is movie ammunitions 101. You can't have unlimited ammunition. All right. I will say that they did a fairly decent job with the CGI on this. So it's a decent flick. Give it a shot, especially if you like Stargate Atlantis. You'll like his portrayal in this movie. Pretty good. So that is Ferocious Planet. That's how that movie shapes up. Again, it's free on Netflix. If you liked any of the other ones, you'll probably like that one. Now, I got done watching Ferocious Planet, and I thought, it's still early in the evening. I have time to watch another film. Little did I know the next film I watched was going to be a two-parter. All right?
Oh, no.
Now, I will say, I forgot all about how bad Furious Planet was when I watched this next one. And I will wholeheartedly recommend this next one, even though it ripped off elements from at least 3 different movies. All right?
All right, hit me with the title.
Category 8. Now, Category 8 is another sci-fi movie. It's by the SyFy Network.
Because I just typed in category on IMDb.
And there's a lot.
Apparently, oh, yeah. Okay, Category 8. Oh, boy. Category 8 isn't even on IMDb.
I'm trying to find it here.
Apparently, it goes 3.
It's just called Cat. Just do Cat 8. CAT.8.
Okay.
They called it a TV mini-series.
Okay, because apparently there was Cat. I got Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5, Cat 7.
People love categories.
Oh,
so did you find it?
Matthew Modine?
Matthew Modine.
Wow.
Another reason why I watched this movie. Matthew Modine is the main character. Now, for those of you who don't know who Matthew Modine is, I knew Matthew Modine from what the hell was the name of the movie? Because, damn it, now I can't remember the name of the movie that I knew Matthew Modine from.
Okay, Matthew Modine was in Private School. Was in Vision Quest.
Nope.
He was in The Dark Knight Rises.
Nope.
What? Okay, now I got to go to I'm just going to go to his page. He was in Full Metal Jacket.
Nope. This was Bye Bye Love is where I knew Matthew Modine from.
Okay. Well, okay, I just named pretty much everything else he was in. He was in Memphis Belle.
Yeah. Bye Bye Love is where I knew Matthew Modine from, and he did a really good job in that movie, so I thought, well, it's got him in it. It's got to be a good movie.
Well, all of the movies that we just named were good movies.
Okay, so
he's been in very good movies.
Yeah. And in this movie, he plays Dr. Michael Ranger. Now, this is a 2-part. They call it a miniseries. Really, I think it's just a really long movie. Okay? It has Night 1 and Night 2. Those are its parts. Now, I did end up binge-watching this, and I watched both parts in one sitting because I had to know what happened next. All right? Now, this is a 2013, again, sci-fi thriller put out by the SyFy channel, and I thought it was pretty good. Today, you can watch that on Netflix for free, or you can rent it on Amazon for $6. Now, here is the summary. A research program abandoned by the best solar physicist when the Pentagon wanted to put it into military use has been resumed by his former deputy. Her incompetence and the defense secretary's haste causes it to be tested too soon, stirring unprecedented solar flares, ultimately a plasma-causing disaster on all continents. Only the genius can think of a way out, only to be later to be victimized by the secretary who needs to cover everything up. Even when it turns out the Earth's core has stopped spinning, aka in the core, An unimaginable seismic apocalypse. The genius must still evade special forces to stay free and save the world again.
I was going to say, research program, okay, Destiny.
Yeah.
Pentagon wanted to put it to military use, Destiny.
But first, it starts out similar to, I think, Solaris, maybe. There are other ones that deal with solar flares happening on the sun that are going to envelop the Earth and cause a bunch of problems there. So that's one that it stole from. And then, yes, now we've got the Earth's core stop moving, and we need to restart the core. What's it going to take to restart the core?
Starting an unimaginable seismic apocalypse. Okay, so now San Andreas.
Yeah. So, yes, it steals from a lot of different movies. All right? And I think it's awfully convenient that the thing that caused the problem is the solution to all the problems. All right? I'm not giving anything away. You can see that coming from a mile away with this movie. All right? Now, let me give you the good points of the movie. Good points. It's got great acting. All right? The acting is phenomenal by, for the most part, a bunch of unknowns. All right? I have not seen any of these people other than Matthew Modine in anything, and they do a great job. All right?
Now you're forcing me to look and see if I've ever seen anything that any of these other people have been in.
Another good point. They absolutely destroy Chicago. They killed 2.7 million people. All right? Rather than having some last-minute thing that saves it, no, they let it die. All right? It must have, here's the final good thing about it. It must have had a colossal production budget. Because there were so many different sets that they were on. And a lot of them were like one use. There was an airplane crash set that was on screen for less than 5 minutes that looked realistic. All right? They had some really good production value on this. All the special effects were excellent. They were really, really good. Now, just like my ammo problem with, Ferocious Planet, here is my end of the world issue with Category 8. All right? It's the end of... You've had electrical storms, all right, that have knocked out the power grid. You have no idea when it's going to come back on, if it's going to come back on. They're telling you solar storms are getting worse, not better. All right, so you're so you are lighting your house with candles. All right, you've gone to the store and you've gotten provisions, water, food, etc. Why in the world do you light every candle that you have so that it's as bright as day in your house? All right? Not only that, but even with all the candles burning, you're using flashlights all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right? You have no idea. And again, they have the same ammo problem. All right? There's one fight scene, there's one gun shootout scene where the main, two of the main actors, Kate Drummond and I think it's Trevor Hayes, they have, it's Kalanka Petri and, Spiro Maladrakas or whatever it is. They each have a pistol apiece, all right? A semi-automatic pistol. They are single-handedly fighting off a Army-trained, fully automatic carrying platoon with 2 handguns. They had to have had 1 million rounds of ammo, but you never saw them change a clip once.
Well, yeah.
So,
all right. So I got.
But I will tell you, great movie. Watch it. It's a good flick. I added it to my queue because I'm sure I'll want to watch it again.
Okay, I've got the bad movie that I watched recently,
Okay.
and it was on SyFy. I don't know if you could see it anywhere else. It's called Blue Demon.
Is it about a Mexican luchador?
No,
Oh, darn, because when I Googled Blue Demon, that's all that showed up.
it is basically a sci-fi knockoff of Deep Blue Sea.
Okay, I see. It's a 2004 thriller horror.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. You have Dee Dee Pfeiffer, who I commonly refer to as the poor man's Cameron Diaz.
Okay, I can see that.
Randall Batinkoff, who was in School Ties and some movie with Molly Ringwald, and I don't know what else he was in. Danny Woodburn, who's a midget who's in just about everything. I remember him most from, this is bad, Employee of the Month. He was the regional manager of Super Club.
Okay.
Jeff Fahey is the general. He's the bad guy. So, okay, there's your credibility, because Jeff Fahey is about as good as, or about as reliable in B movies as, who was the guy we were making fun of last time from Best of the Best, and then his career went downhill? I can't remember his name.
All right, I got to step out for 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Okay, so anyhow, this movie, Blue Demon, has some of the worst special effects for sharks you ever seen. It's got bad B acting, but this is like, it's kind of like Eric Roberts. That's the B actor I was thinking of. Eric Roberts is the king of B movies now. Suddenly this has turned into the 8-Man Cummins because I'm all by myself and I got to just rant. Christine Lakin is in here also. I think she was best known as one of the daughters on Step by Step, the head show with Patrick Duffy, and Thigh Master chick, Suzanne. Suddenly we're playing 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. I wish we were on You Now. I hope we're on You Now, because I am awesome at the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. And now my ADD is kicking in because I'm just all over the place. So let's see, what else? What other bad shark movies have I seen? Apparently there's a whole list of bad shark movies out there. But let's talk about Blue Demon, okay? The sharks are named after the Marx Brothers, which that should be your first sign that they're trying to be funny and it's not going to work. There's actually no trivia. That's a bad sign. When there's no trivia at all for a movie and only goofs, and if the budget is less than $1 million to make, well, I shouldn't even say that, because Sharknado's budgets are probably even less. And now I'm going to jump past Sharknado for a second. Marriage Boot Camp is a show that's on one of them, WeTV or something. Don't ask me how I know about WeTV, all right? I live with, my wife puts stuff on that I don't get to pick. But Marriage Boot Camp, apparently Tara Reid from the American Pie movies and Sharknado movies is going to be on there with her boyfriend, which doesn't make sense because it's Marriage Boot Camp, I guess, because they want to get married and they have to work all this shit out. But she apparently flips out, and she is like the Kaneki. She is to Marriage Boot Camp as Kaneki was to Celebrity Rehab. Should be interesting. I hear possibly. I see movement. I think he's coming back. Uh-oh. Never good when you got to step out.
There's one less bunny in the yard.
Again?
Yep.
Man, you're going to have to listen back because I just went on complete tangents, bouncing around. Somehow I started into a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon rant.
I will definitely listen back. So, but no, God, I hate it when that happens.